Of course Marco's here. What's up, Bugsy, Space Coast? Guys, have y'all ever worked until you've created a mess that's so bad you don't even know where to fucking start? That's where I'm at. It's pretty embarrassing. But I'm talking about, I have created an absolute natural disaster in this shop. Not just on this counter, but on this one, and this one. Like I'm standing here knowing I gotta clean it up, and I don't even have a space to put the things that I need to put up. This is one of those situations where typically I'd be like, fuck it, and just keep working, but I gotta clean this mess up. There's no telling what I'll even find when I get in here. Yeah, I feel you, Bugsy. Like I said, man, like if I pick something up, I don't even know where to put it. It's so bad that I don't have a place to move the things that need to be moved. And needless to say, Meathead is not impressed. He is not happy about the state of this end of the shop, considering, you know, the other 75% pretty pristine. So, yeah, I'm not going to be in front of the camera the whole time because I can't carry it around with me. It's not going to be the whole live stream, but I got to clean some shit up before I do anything, man. Ugh. It is a mess. Ugh. And this planer's heavy. All right. That kind of immediately gave us some table room anyway. That's already better. Jesus. I know there had to be some progression to getting to this point of nasty, but I don't remember it. It just seems like it just happened. Still really proud of this. Of course, this one isn't usable. Y'all can't see it. There's a little, yeah, right there. There's a little divot in it. But I got way more of this to make. But for right now, I can't make anything. Like any creativity that I can muster is just muffled by this absolute mess. I bet you I've got 100 grinding belts that they're not at a point where they need to be thrown away. They still do lots of work, but they won't do what I need them to do. So, you know, what I do about that? Show those again. Let me grab it, buddy. That's what I was wanting to do on your kitchen knife, dude. These segmented scales. See, it's walnut, then a white liner, then this blue acrylic, white liner, walnut again. They'll be really pretty. This is the first one I ever made, so I kind of expected to fuck it up. But when you wet it, give it some pop, you can really see how really pretty it is. And all that's on a white liner. So, I am going to go back and get some more of the walnut. I'm going to cut it a little thicker. You know, for bigger knives, whatnot. But I think the biggest issue is I never had a place for things to begin with. Like I was just putting shit down. I haven't really organized and created a place for anything yet. I mean, there's several $100s worth of high-end knife steels just laying around that luckily I didn't unpackage, so I still know what they are. I've got to get better for sure. If I'm going to continue doing this, and I want to get any better at it, I've got to get better at my process. And I got to get cleaner before Meathead throws me out of here. Like when I pulled up, he's here. When I pulled up, he pulled up beside me and he's like, "You hear it clean?" Like, yeah, I am. Another good thing, I can get rid of this old Harbor Freight bandsaw off the table because I don't need it anymore. It's quite useless at this point. You know, there's your knife, Bugsy. Just waiting on a handle. So I got to get that down pat so we can get you a pretty handle on there. Jesus, this place is. I gotta find a trash can. I don't know where it's at. I almost feel bad. I know I'm gonna fill it up. But we will be doing some knife work here shortly. It's not gonna be, cleaning's not gonna be all we do tonight. We're gonna clean up and then turn around and make another mess. I appreciate that, DH. I was a little worried. I got a new phone, dude. I lost a bunch of my phone numbers. Fortunately, you had sent me yours in an email. I did not lose my emails, so I was able to retrieve your phone number. It is really hard to get motivated to do this kind of work. For me, it is. I'll say that. Just don't want to do it. So I haven't figured out what to do with this. This ruined chef's knife. That literally took 1 second, just 1 second. It hung up for just a second. By the time I could get it moving again, it smoked it. Now, I can definitely cut this off and, you know, still make a knife out of it. But I don't know. It's very thin. I don't know what kind of knife I'd make. God, man. I didn't succeed in finding the trash can. I used to have one. Big had me one over here. I'm sure I probably filled it up. It's not here at the moment. Maybe I can find a trash bag. That way I can throw it in the bed of my truck, not leave it on him to contend with. So he thought there might be some right here, but I don't see him. Did he leave? No, he here. I don't know what he's out here doing. I think he's on a tractor or something. Oh yeah, he went over to the golf course. They gave him a drink machine or something. I don't know. He's going to go pick it up. Golf course is just right the other side of that tree line. There's a fairway over there. Luckily, we got about 100 feet of nice thick timber line to break up my noise so they don't have to hear the shit. Well, let me go grab this smaller can. I hate to fill it up. There we go. So like I need to get me a little shelf to put all my chemicals on, stuff like that, but I just haven't put any time into thinking about shit like that. Instead, I just got super glue sitting around, waiting to be knocked over. But hey, just so y'all get off my back, I did order me a whole box of N95 masks, so I'll start masking up before I get to grinding this toxic, noxious stuff. And that bandsaw still, me had just used it for like cutting trim and shit like that. It's fine for all that. It just do not do what I need it to do. Just for, to fill y'all in, that glow in the dark stuff I mixed up all the other night, complete fail. It does not glow at all, not even a little bit. I don't know if you just have to be picky about the brand that you buy. Yeah, I don't know, but I've not had consistent results. I'll just put it that way. I know I got, there it is. So I know I got a brush for brushing this table off. I want to start brushing it all this way. So here's a whole piece of Pro Cut right here. Don't even know, don't really even have plans for it, but I've had plans for it and I've changed my mind. I only changed my mind because you guys changed it for me. Y'all show interest in something. And then I'm like, maybe I'd use that still for that. But we got drill bits, drill chuck, all that can just stay right there by the drill press. We got pin material just laying over here by the drill. No reason why. I do have some scale material over here. I'm anxious to grind into and see what it produces. At least this one I can blame. Well, I started to blame this singular piece of garbage on meathead, but that's the red silk can I dug out of the garbage to mix the epoxy in, so even that one's not his fault. Damn it. Handle to something. No idea what. Pretty sure that goes to the grinder. I don't know if I'll get it all cleaned. I'm at least going to get this table cleaned off. That's the goal for tonight. To get this table clean. Then I've got 12 foot of countertop over there I got to figure out. And throwing away all those little pieces of S90V and Magna Cut. They ain't good for shit, but it still sucks throwing them away. I bet this washer right here is the one I need to push my drum out where I need it to be, so I'm gonna hang on to that. I would ask how you guys' day's gone, what y'all been up to, but I can't see the chat, so there's no point in faking it. No point in acting like I'm gonna answer. That's no good. That's pretty nice. That bottle of super glue I bought came with all these little tiny applicator tips. And it came with over a dozen of them. That was pretty nice of them, knowing that them cementers are going to clog up. At least they gave you extra. Here's a K390 Joke Wolf just laying here on the table amidst some garbage. That's a good belt. Hang on to that one. So I guess I'm gonna move all the usable stuff over here to the area that I'm cleaning. And then when I get done, I can go through said usable things and find a spot for them, or make up my mind whether I really want to keep them or not. That I know stays there. That stays there. Those are the Forests. They all stay right there by the grinder because we'll definitely be reusing those. Or not reusing them, but got to get those ground. Not looking like we're going to have one of them 5-digit viewing nights. We had, you guys remember the other night when I went live and I had to end it and then I came back on? We had 17,000 views on one of those videos and 20,000 on the other. Not looking like that's going to be the case tonight. We're staying in single digits. I think it's the time. People are still at work or whatever. It's probably a good thing too. I mean, I'm not doing anything very interesting. I love when, well, no, I don't love it. I hate it when you have an idea for a knife and you get it ground out. It's absolutely not what you wanted. Like, there's nothing I can do to this thing to not make it look like a plastic steak knife. I just don't know what to do with that. It looks like a plastic steak knife. It's probably always going to look like a plastic steak knife. So, what do you do? Will say though, I do need to find more of these. These are all chunks of S90V for Cheeto's little bird and trout he designed, and I'm not seeing many of them. There should be at least 3 more, but that's what happens when you create this kind of mess. You end up losing stuff. It appears that's what I've done. That sucked to lose that much S90V though. So hopefully it's here somewhere. If not, that's like $150 pissed away. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, here they are. We still got them. Good deal. Crisis averted. Why I moved them over there, no idea. They have absolutely no business on that table. I gotta come around here so I can even access this side. So move my masks. Empty can of WD-40. Good for nothing. That's shocking. It just didn't take very long. I've got this table cleaning up to work on. Maybe I'll go over and put a little effort into that countertop too, since this didn't take very long. Over here is really more of a organizational thing than it is cleaning. It's just cluttered. I've got all kinds of random bullshit. It's all good for something, but I mostly have to figure out where I'm gonna keep all this stuff. You know, like where the epoxy needs to be located and that type of thing. Put the heat treat foil behind the heat treat oven. That seems like it's kind of a wasted space. It seems like a good spot to store that. These are all old heat treat packets. No longer serve a purpose. Got these cubic zirconia belts that ain't worth a shit. I regret spending that $50. Here's something that y'all might see. I'm gonna keep it hanging around as just a memory. This is a rough cut of the Jason Brown knife. Very rough cut, but this will never be finished. It's heat treated. It's ready to make into a knife, but I feel like it depreciates the actual knife if that one's in existence. So that one will never be in existence. So don't ask. And of course I forgot to hit the do not disturb button. Just random scale materials, whatever. I'm gonna try to get all the epoxy stuff over in that corner over there. That's the plan. You know what these are? Oh, these are those 220 belts, man. I don't care for 220 grit anything. It doesn't grind. It doesn't grind very evenly. I'll put it that way. These are very uneven. The grind lines are uneven. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'll ever even. I'm sure I'll have a use for it eventually. I can use it on some scale material here and there. I keep saving these little pieces of heat treat foil because the shit's so expensive. Don't know if I'll ever need them though. I don't know if it's worth the space they're taking up. Just sitting around. See here, I just found a whole pack of these I didn't know I had. These are what I grind my finger tools with. No, this old belt, that's good for nothing. That's going in the garbage. Get all these epoxies over here anyway. Just clear up the space that they're taking. Now this was my very first grinding jig, just a piece of aluminum angle that I made. Turned into a grinding jig. I don't need it anymore, but I guess it kind of has sentimental value, so I kept held on to it. All kind of shit in this box, all scale material. It's pretty stuff in here. Does not need to be in this big a box, taking up this much space. Whew. It's not hot in here at all, but I've already broken a sweat. Traction tape that I bought to put on my drive wheel of my grinder to try to correct a tracking issue I had, but it was the tracking adjustment wheel was shot, so that did me absolutely no good. That was completely ineffective. And I've got, looks like Kydex rivets laying everywhere. More scale materials randomly laying around. Yeah, here's just a nice little chunk of S90V just chilling over here, doing what it do. Epoxy's over here. There's some more epoxy. I got more epoxies in a bag over here somewhere. Different epoxies for different stuffs. Got some standard Gorilla super glue and some actual Gorilla glue. This Gorilla glue is badass stuff, man. Are y'all running a bet on how long I do this before I quit? Because it ain't gonna be much longer. I gotta get to doing something creative or I'm gonna get bored. Here's a little kitchen knife I made out of .040. I've talked about this in the past. I'm sure this shit is gonna work when I heat treat it, but I'm gonna try it. Should be very slicey little paring knife if I can pull it off, but I don't have any confidence that I can. I don't have any confidence that anybody can. But being that thin, it'll probably be easy to, to bend back to where I wanted it. So there's always that. But that's enough of that for now. I'm bored already. We're gonna grind some shit. Open this other door. There he comes. Look at this shit, y'all. This guy just drove to the country club on a tractor to retrieve a drink machine. Look at that grin. He got something free, boy. He's excited. He said have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. What are you gonna do with that? Plug it up. Put beer in it? You don't drink beer out of a refrigerator.
I don't.
Oh. You talking about me? That's why I knew it was a waste. He only drinks beer out of ice. Well.
I don't know. That's what I thought it was.
Now we got a Coke machine. For what? I have no idea. No idea why that exists. This whole table needs to be slid down. I don't know if I got the balls to do it by myself. It's pretty heavy. I got a piece of scale material I kind of want to grind into and see what it looks like on the inside, so I might do that right quick. Just for fun.
You know what they say? One man's trash, you know.
One man's trash is another man's trash.
One man's trash is another man's next wife.
I ain't liking it so far. No, not liking it at all. We can just shut that off. That piece, that did not work out like I hoped. As is the case with most epoxy projects, when you're just, you know, trying to learn, they do not do what you thought they were going to. I gotta go out and grab some water. I'll be right back.
I didn't realize this damn thing weighed this much.
Hey,
Yeah.
reckon we can build a little crew table or shelf
For what?
out back to put when I use these woodworking tools. Where would you rather we do the sawing and planing and all that kind of
No,
stuff?
what the hell, it don't matter if it's floor.
I know. I'm trying to get it cleaned up. I got the table done. I'm gonna start working on the countertop over there too.
You gonna get all that shit out from under you?
That's one where. I reckon. We'll turn his water off. Fill my bucket up.
Yeah, that guy called me today about wanting to finish concrete back here.
Concrete where?
Behind the shop.
Are you gonna concrete that back here?
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's gonna be your actual driveway, isn't it?
no, that's gonna be the outdoor kitchen and all that stuff.
Outdoor kitchen. I got you.
Like I got at the house?
Yeah, you gonna stain it and color the concrete and all that good shit?
Probably.
Go all redneck fancy.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well.
He's gonna do that and out here next to the shop on the house. He said he's about to catch a bird.
You figure out a way to make that Coke machine dispense 8 balls. Nothing. Well, you never did lay it down, so you can plug it up, right?
That's been unplugged for a while.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't laid down flat, it should be all right. Oh, there's my trash can. It's outside.
Right on.
He's excited about his new Coke machine. We got some brand new Norton Blaze 36 grit Hogger ceramic mounted up on the grinder. We're gonna grind us a forest, a Dylan Mallory forest that is. I tried to replace these mechanics goat leather gloves with some cheaper ones. I mean, these, I've tore all into these, man. They got holes all in them, but yeah, them Harbor Freight leather gloves, they don't hold a candle to these. Y'all see that? these belts are brand new. They sure do cut nice. Hang on, guys. I didn't get a starting thickness on the metal. Can't access it at this minute. Got to know what we started out at before I can find center. Started out at exactly 1.0. Where are we now? I think we're already close. Yeah, we're already really close. Again, guys, if you're buying Sharpies, stop it. These Milwaukee brand Sharpies are 3 times as good. I believe that's how it's done. Guys, that would be almost that could be like a record-breaking bevel grind right there. We could take about 2 more thousandths off. Bugsy, I didn't start out in the shop. I ground my first ones in a spare bedroom. I do not recommend. That definitely created a hot mess. That one's half done. We'll do the other side in a second. I just remembered, I try not to be grinding bevels anytime I have handles that need to be like glued up or whatever, so that time that it takes for that to happen. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say while I'm waiting on the glue to dry, I can be grinding. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about when I mixed that epoxy up, you know, the stuff that was supposed to glow in the dark and didn't, how close a match it was. I'm almost unhappy with it because it matches so well, there's no contrast to the pins. Like, I wish they were lighter or darker, one of the two, but they're not. But I'm sure they'll stand out once it's got a little polish to it. I don't know, man. You can barely see them. Really pisses me off they don't glow. I don't have a flashlight here to really charge them up and see if they glow, but I wish I didn't have to. I wish they glowed just off of ambient light, but they do not. But they look good either way. So we got that fret. Handles are on it. It just needs hand sanding. We got another fret right here that needs handles put on it. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I need to get handles put on this that epoxied up and clamped so that while that's drying, I can be grinding and killing two birds with one stone. That's where I was kind of making a mistake. I didn't have something else going on. Because if not, you get everything ground, you get down to a point where all you're doing is glue up. There's a lot of downtime. Now I have to figure out what handle materials do we want to use on this one. There's actually two frets here ready for handles. Now, I like what we've been using, but I kind of want to change it up a little bit at the same time. So I'm really not sure what to go with. See, I don't even know if something like this will look right on a fret or not. Sometimes the lines just don't line up like you think they will. Let me go see what I got over here. I really like these. I like these a lot, but I've got one already in it. I mean, I don't think it hurts to have two. Now, this is the original one. I think this is the best looking one I've done, in all honesty. I don't know if you guys can see the like bowling ball look in there. I think I will. I think I'll do the blue again. I think that's the plan. Yep. We'll get these shaped. We can get one side glued on. All I did was rounded the end of it with them taped together. So I know I've got two identical radiuses. Then I'll take the knife. Glue it up like that. Yeah, so all I gotta do is epoxy that on there like that, clamp it down, and forget about it till tomorrow. I'll go do that now. Wouldn't hurt to have scale material picked out to do that other one as well. Had to buy a new tube of Gorilla Glue. I ruined my last one. I left the damn cap off of it. But this stuff, this is my favorite stuff to attach scales with. It has proven to be very strong. And it takes very little of it, and I typically use too much, but more than I need to, at the very least. Thing is, you have to dampen it. You have to dip them in water. Get a little damp. And then just stick her to it. And start clamping. This is where I always struggle because of my dexterity issues. It's always a little harder for me than it would be the average bloke. So now, she's all clamped up. We can forget about that one for the night till tomorrow. Well, according on how long I'm here, if I'm here long enough, I may be able to attach the other side. But theoretically, the longer you leave it alone, the better off you are. Let's see. I don't know what I want to do with that other one. And I've still got more of this volcanic finish. But I think somewhere here, somewhere, I think I have some carbon fiber. Just a little bit. A little bit of black shred carbon fiber. What do you think about that? That is not going on without liners, though. I think it'd look a lot better with a colorful liner. It actually, not planning to use this as solid scale materials, but to use it as bolsters with that wood. So I'm not gonna mess it up doing that. I'm gonna save that for those bolsters. But I do have some black right here that when finished, let me see if I can show you. It's kind of like that blue. It's kind of got that bowling ball. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use right there on this next one. So it is. Now I hate to. These pieces are awfully big. I wonder if I can cut them and get two out of it. Oh, I bet I can. I bet I can rip that right down the middle. Well, let me just get a dry one. Man, it just fits perfect. That saves me a couple of bucks too, because means I get more knives out of that piece. We're gonna crank up the old bandsaw and rip that. See if we can rip it in half again lengthwise. We sure can. But we need a liner. I want liners for that. I don't know what color liners I want yet. Thought I had, thought I had some. Oh, there they are. I knew I had a big stack of them somewhere. I don't think I'm going to be able to get more than one knife out of each of these, though. That's okay. No. Oh, wait a minute. I may have mismeasured something here, guys. Just might have. I don't know how I can up those two that short. I guess I did mismeasure that. That's all right. I'm still getting what I need. Now I gotta attach this black acrylic to these red G10 liners. Be right back. Well, hang on. Let me clean these with alcohol first. Guess I need to go by the farming so you can grab some more alcohol while I'm at it. Almost out. I think a little squirt bottle. I think a squirt bottle would be excellent for what I'm doing. So I don't have to pour it out. I can just. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we'll let those dry up and get one of them mounted, and we'll get back to grinding. Going to get cleaned up. Catch you in a bit. See you, Dang Ross. Dang Ross Meathead has several, actually. He's got a thug, kitchen knife, a homestead back when I was making those. He's got several. All right, so I can get this. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Don't want to get in a hurry, mess it up. I'll get this knife flipped over, ready to grind the other side. Kyle, I didn't either. But I didn't get to be productive yesterday, so I was kind of itching today. Yeah, we'll get this bevel ground. We'll go back to those scales. How's that, Kyle? 6,500, son. Sharpen that shit. It's another force, ready for handles. I may have just learned that. Don't even want to show it till I know. Quite possible. Let's see if I can touch it up, fix it. It's mostly an optical illusion because of how much liner is hanging off the side. Just kind of threw everything off. Shit. It's fine. I figure out what I did with the rest of my clamps, though. Seem to be short on clamps. We all know I'm not. They're just, it's just a mess over here. Dip this, get it wet. Sorry if I forgot to aim the phone, guys. Ah, so we got that one clamped up. Saying I'm putting an edge on that knife is just going to be an amazing slicer. It should be. It definitely should be. That thing should hold a hell of an edge, Brian. It's very well heat treated K390, buddy. In case you didn't know that. An M38 Jeep grill. Shit. Is there? Is there an M38 Jeep grill here and I just haven't noticed it? I mean, it's entirely possible. But I don't know where it's at or remember. Oh yeah, there it is. You're exactly right. I didn't know I'd pointed the camera over that way for a while. There is certainly an M38 Jeep grill right up there. Yeah, that first edge might be a little bit A little bit aggravating to put on. It being so thinly ground, I would think it'd be all right. So I guess we'll go ahead and chuck up another forest, knock another one of them out. That last one went super quick. These new belts are really performing. That's all I can do to start this little screw. Mount this to the jig. I don't know what it is with my fingers. They do not like turning things like that, like just starting a bolt or a screw. They just don't react. They don't do what I'm telling them to do. Which is why I don't even try to do bolt-on hardware. That's why if you want bolt-on hardware, it is an option. But you have to let me know ahead of time, and Mr. Brian F. will take care of that for you. Still cutting really good, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the brush to make sure we're not getting any buildup. Could be my imagination, but it seems like it has slowed down a little bit. Time to flip it. All right. Jack and Bargain, since you're here. Inside that box right there is the steel for your knife. Just got here today. One thing I figured out, guys, I could definitely save some time if I put a new belt on for every knife. I may get to a point where I do that, but right now I'm not unhappy with how long it's taking. Man, YouTube's just not giving us that push tonight. We're not getting no numbers. We've done better than this competing with SEC football and NFL. I don't know what's going on tonight. Actually, Brian, I think that's about 66 HRC K390. Do not try with that bike. Don't use it as a screwdriver. If you do, you will not be happy with me. That'd be the last one tonight, guys. My arms are getting tired already. Definitely got to rehab these muscles, man. They actually got on me pretty bad. Man, arms wore out. Take a break for a minute. We ain't done with that knife. My left arm is wore out for the time being. Let's see if we're ready to, maybe we could drill this one. I guess it's not that unusual to get tired this easy 3 or 4 days after a heart procedure, so I ain't too upset about it. What I did there is I drilled my holes in this side, so now when I mount it on the other side, I can back drill them. That's typically how I do it. Stop pushing yourself while you're ahead. That's what I'm gonna do, Kyle. I'm done grinding tonight. I am gonna glue this up. When I come back tomorrow, this is gonna be, at least have scales on it. Well, when it wears out fast. Let me take that knife out of the water so it don't rust. The knife won't rust, but the jig will. The hardware on it is not stainless. I've had that happen before. The jack bolt's already a little rusty on me. did I get that counter over here cleaned off, I figure out what I did with all my clamps. I own a bunch of clamps. And I've been having to kind of search for them. That should not be the case. Should have enough or they're just laying everywhere. All right. I'm going to take Kyle's advice and call it. I'm tired. I really shouldn't be tired, but I'm not in perfect health, so I'm going to let it come back to me naturally. I don't want to overdo it. It was weird. I was grinding, all of a sudden, like my left arm just it just run out of strength. So I ain't gonna push it no more than that. And besides that, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now, progress-wise. I mean, I'd love to be done with all of them. Don't get me wrong. That way I can move on to the next one even sooner, but I'm not unhappy with where I am, so I'll just take it easy. Also found out in this Gorilla Glue, guys, if you buy it, make sure you buy the clear. The other one produces like this white foam when it dries. It's not very attractive. I mean, you grind all that away anyway, but I like the clear better. That's all I'm getting at. So, I guess that's it. I guess I'm gonna go to the house. Go ahead and get me a drink of water. And my legs are wore out too. I'm not hurting at all, guys. I don't feel bad. I just feel like I've walked 20, 30 miles. Plus, if I leave now, I got time to stop and get something decent to eat instead of some garbage that's not good for me. What are you doing, meathead?
Working on this house, what you doing?
Go in the house. My damn arms and legs both just gave out on me all at once. Just fucking, just wore out.
Didn't even sleep, did you?
Huh?
Didn't even sleep, did you?
No, I slept last night.
Sweet.
Oh.
You fucking mess.
I got the table cleaned off, but
That ain't half of my mess.
yeah. Whew. I brought them in here the other night to show them this place and realized there was no power, so they couldn't see shit.
On this wall right here.
Yeah, well, it was like a week ago.
I'm still hot, though. This wall's always hot.
Yeah.
Comes off the shop.
Oh, does it? Yeah. This will be meathead's home for long.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
I got them lights working. I just got one below the next door.
Yeah. You got the can lights working yet?
Yeah, I'm putting them in the station.
Oh, I got you. All right, bud.
How you thought more about fire bill?
Huh?
You thought more about fire bill?
I hadn't. I'll get it to you, though. I've got it. I just don't have it cash unless you'd rather me send it to Steph.
Hell no, I won't never get it back.
All right. 'Cause you don't have none of that, do you?
What's that?
PayPal or nothing.
No.
I'll go by the bank tomorrow.
Cash only.
I'll go by the bank tomorrow and get it. If you ain't here, I'll leave it in your toolbox.
I'll be here.
All right.
I'll be here at some point.
All right. See you, meathead.
Big one.
Oh,
Who's that, Kyle?
that's a little bit of everybody.
You know nobody that works on cover shit, dude.
I do not.
I know it's 24 keys.
Oh, really? Probably wouldn't be that hard to find a key to a Coke machine.
I'm called Birmingham, give him a mail.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I ain't been here another 30 minutes. So.
All right, man. All right, guys. We'll see y'all.